What's up, everybody? It's Daniel. I'm back with another movie review for you guys. Adriana and I last weekend got to go and see Nope, which is Jordan Peele's third movie. If you haven't heard of Jordan Peele, wake the fuck up. No, but seriously, though, he is a really good filmmaker, and I think he's pretty much already solidified just with two movies that he's pretty fucking good at making a horror slash suspense thriller. That right there is one reason to just be excited for this third movie. Before I get into the review and everything, I really quick wanted to just shout out and say thank you to all the subscribers, everybody who's commented and liked the videos and everything like that. It really makes me feel really good. I do appreciate everybody who's been doing stuff like that, and I just want to let everybody know as well. I am going to be doing a giveaway at 200 subscribers, which is just crazy to me. You know, I believe we're at 148 or 146. I have to recheck that, but it's one of the two. Sorry to the two subscribers, I totally forgot about it if it is 148. All you got to do to get involved in that, which I plan on giving away something, it's not a PS5, so don't think it's like a PS5 because it's not. I plan on doing these things like every 200 subscribers or so it's pretty much just a free item or something that I have that I want to give away. Maybe a collectible, maybe not. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Once you subscribe, comment, and like, that's what you're supposed to do. Just like any video or like a video, you know, or all of them. It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest, whatever one you want. Comment on something just so I can have an interaction with you. Obviously subscribe to the channel as well. And I'll throw you in the little hat and we'll do a little drawing. We'll draw something out. You know, we'll draw something out. We'll ship it to you. We'll send it. Put it on first class air. We'll ship it right to you. It's not gonna be first class. It's gonna be like USPS or like the shittiest tier of delivery you can get, to be honest with you, because that shit's expensive. It's starting to make me rethink this giveaway a little bit. But anyway, though, I'm going to hop right into the review for you guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you've already seen this movie, let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you haven't, let me know, like, are you going to go see it? Do you expect anything from this movie? You know, or do you like Jordan Peele movies in general? Either way, have a wonderful day and or night. We'll see you soon. Okay, guys, so just to start this one off, pretty much the movie is about a brother and a sister who see something crazy in the sky, and they decide they want to do some filming, and they want to see if they can catch it on film and shit like that. And that's, you know, it sounds simple, but that's pretty much what the movie is. Majority of the movie is them just trying to figure out how to properly catch this UFO or whatever, you know, is in the sky. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil much of this movie at all. I'm just going to pretty much assume you've seen the trailer to it at least. I know it's been advertised quite a bit. That being said, I'm just going to dive into it. Daniel Kaluuya is the main character of this movie. Him and Keke Palmer both. Daniel Kaluuya is definitely the main character though. He's pretty much your silent protagonist. He's not silent, but he's very reserved and he's, you know, one-liner kind of guy. He's a smart character though, and he's pretty much us through. I felt like I was like vicariously living through this through him pretty much with how simple his character was. And it's not a bad thing that his character was simple. It was refreshing in a way, to be honest with you, because I got to kind of experience the movie better through him. I felt like Keke Palmer was definitely the funny character in this movie. She was hilarious. She was definitely like the bright light at the end of the dark tunnel. Yeah, they see a UFO or of some sort in the sky and they want to record it. They want to prove it's something crazy is going on above their house. That is pretty much the movie. That's pretty much the whole movie. Majority of it is them doing that. And there's some humor sprinkled in there, but most of it is just ominous as fuck. And it's a lot of tension, which is really cool because like that's kind of what we know Jordan Peele for. I don't think his movies are scary. I thought Us was really scary. I thought it was creepy as fuck, but I didn't think Get Out was like a horror movie. I thought it was just suspenseful. And I understand suspense can be a part of horror, and I didn't think Nope was like a scary movie. There's like one or two jump scares in the movie and they're not like, whoa, crazy jump scares. They're tension builders. They're really good tension builders too. The music in this movie was really, really good. Speaking of tension, a really good job with the music in this movie though. It's very like ominous and old school. It's very it's a tension builder. Anyway, this movie is very ominous. It's very tension building. It does a really good job at that pretty much throughout the whole movie. There were like moments of the movie that I'm not gonna say I got bored, but I definitely thought they could have cut it down a little bit. The movie's 2 hours and 11 minutes, and I think that's a little too long personally for what we got in this movie. There was a lot of like just stretched out shit, and I didn't feel like there were any scenes particularly at the top of my head that I could like cut out of the film, besides like one character's like background that didn't really matter to me, to be honest with you. And that's another thing that's kind of a gift and a curse with this movie is like that character didn't really matter much to me, but after thinking about it a little more, I'm like, okay, I can kind of see how this character relates to what the deep meaning of the movie like kind of helped the tone of the movie set. But I thought they could have toned this movie down, like cut this movie down like 15 minutes or so, 15 or 20 minutes. And I think it would have been way better. I did think the first half was definitely of the two halves of this movie. I thought the first half was really slow and like tried to develop their characters, but really the characters, there weren't many characters in this movie, and they didn't really like, I didn't need a lot of background of these characters because what they're doing, I'm more interested in what they're looking forward to than what they're known for in their past. You know what I mean? The dialogue in this movie, the writing felt really fluid though. The characters felt really like just well put together. I like the acting in it, especially when the main like four characters in this movie finally come together and do what they're trying to do. It's really interesting and it's really fun to watch. But Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer are the main acts here. They're the best part of this movie. They're the reason you're gonna walk away and say, oh, this was fun to watch. Side characters, there were a couple side characters that were just that. They were support characters. They were good enough. They didn't have to be anything more than what they were. They had their humor here and there. The movie itself, though, what you're coming to see is a good amount of tension. It's a lot of like just like suspense building up throughout. I didn't think the payoff was like amazing or anything. It didn't have like a crazy twist in the end or anything like that. It stuck with me. It stuck with me all the same. I don't know if it's because I just went and saw it a few days ago or if it's like genuinely good enough to where I'm thinking about it a lot. Oh my God. But I did make a list of like positives and negatives, which I think that's a good thing because if I'm thinking about the movie that in depth, clearly, it must have done something good, which it did. And I think this movie was really fun to watch. It was really fun to watch. Is it as good as Get Out or Us? No. It was definitely Jordan Peele's worst movie he's made so far, but that's not saying much because he's only made 3 movies. That being said, I don't think calling this movie the worst of the 3 is like a bad thing because it's still a good movie. It's still fun to watch. If I had to put them in a tier list, I would say Get Out, S tier, Us in like A+, A tier, and then I'd probably put Nope at like B+, I would say, I guess. If that spoils the rating, I'm sorry. It was a cool alien flick. Did it do anything like crazy new? No, but I can see like how people could interpret a deeper meaning in this movie because I kind of interpreted a deeper meaning into this movie a little bit. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it had moments. It had moments that were good enough, good enough moments to where I could say, hey, this was good, fun to watch. I would see it again, but I wouldn't see it again because like, oh, I want to go and see this again. It is kind of just another Alien movie in a way. But it does have a little twist here and there with the alien stuff that's going on or with the UFO stuff that's going on. So I do think the movie needs to be credited for doing something a little different. It didn't do like a bunch of different shit, but it definitely kept me interested though. It was really like just ominous and just suspenseful, exactly what I was expecting from it. It didn't really exceed my expectations for like the end game of it or the beginning of it, but I did think majority of the second half of the movie was really fucking good. The first half was good too. It just wasn't the greatest thing ever. It was a slow build. It was good though. I liked it. Adriana liked it. I thought it was good enough. I thought it was good. There were a couple things, like I said earlier, that I didn't like about it. There were like a character development that I didn't care about. I didn't feel like mattered much. Some stuff in this movie was almost so vague that I was just like how do these what's going on? But a lot of times the movie kept things open for you to like properly interpret them after you see it, which I can give this movie credit for that. Like I said, it isn't the best Jordan Peele movie ever. It really isn't. It reminds me, while I was watching it, it felt like a Twilight Zone episode, like a 2-hour Twilight Zone. And I think that's like the most relatable thing I can relate this movie to is Twilight Zone. Creepy dialogue, good writing. It really just wasn't as like, oh my God, it wasn't like, oh my God, crazy as like I wanted it to be. If it was, maybe I'd rate it a little higher, but as of right now, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I don't think that's like a horrible, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, but there is definitely a difference between how good Get Out was paced and how well Us was interpreted in the end compared to this. This one's definitely more simple. Actually, a funny story, as I was leaving the theater, I went to go and take a pee-pee, and the guy next to me, he was actually sitting in front of me the whole time. as we were both walking in, and I looked at him and I was like, "Hey, did you like the movie?" And then I looked at his wiener, but I was like, "Hey, did you like the movie?" And he said, "Nah, man, it was stale as fuck. It was just really boring." You know, I got bored, and I understood. I can see how some people might go into this and go, "Man, this wasn't scary. This wasn't, you know, this what the fuck." You know, I mean, I can see people not liking this movie, and I think that's okay because I think in the long run, this movie will be a solid alien movie. I think it's just gonna be a solid like UFO movie, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you can see Jordan Peele's like sprinkled on taste into this movie. You can see like his just like his tone sprinkled in there a little bit, but I liked it. I did. I liked it. I did like it. Will I see it again anytime soon? Probably not. Will I recommend it? Yeah, I think you guys should see this movie. I think this is a good theater movie. I don't think you should see it in IMAX, but I do think this is a fun theater movie. It's definitely a fun one to go and just get some popcorn and just chill with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever you got, and just kind of relax to an alien movie. You know, it's pretty chill. It's got its tension, and it's good enough. It's good enough. I think it's good. So 7.5. That's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a wonderful night. Bye.